6ix9ine is two things. One, he's insecure about him snitching, and two, projecting when he talks about Lil Durk. The reason I say he's insecure is because every single time we see him now, it's about snitching. It's about how he's so smart for snitching. He was so justified in snitching. He only pops up whenever a rapper is either going to jail or might go to jail. Or he's doing a podcast about snitching and how other rappers might have snitched. Oh, look at Gucci Mane, look at Young Thug, 21 Savage. He's always trying to bring up the conversation of snitching and why he's justified and why everyone needs to be treated just like him if they aren't justified in snitching as well. Because he blames the snitching allegations for, or I shouldn't even say allegations, he blames the snitching for his career falling off, when in reality, it just wasn't his time anymore. He made music that fit a specific time period and era, and that era has now passed, so nobody wants to hear it anymore. And the reason I say he's projecting when he talks about Lil Durk is that he's always saying that Durk crashed out because of the fans. The fans made him slide for Von. The internet made him crash out. He'll even say that he himself pushing the slide for Von narrative made Lil Durk crash out, when in reality, Durk was probably going to do this regardless, if he did do it, right? But he was probably going to do this regardless. These Chicago dudes have been committing crimes for years. They were committing crimes before the music. They just realized that they could make money from the music if they talked about the crimes. They saw Chief Keef do it, and they were like, oh, snap, I'm going to do it too. It wasn't like they weren't doing stuff and then the music came around. No. But the reason that 6ix9ine sees it that way is because that's what he did. He didn't really blow up in his career to become the star that he was until the Gummo music video with the bunch of bloods and the red bandanas and he's talking crazy. That's when his career took off. That's why he started doing all that stuff with Treyway. He was popping it online, talking about a Test My Gangster World Tour. He's not checking in nowhere. He's dissing any and everybody. He made a public PSA dissing Chief Keef, saying F Chief Keef, all that. That's why he thinks that Lil Durk crashed out, because of the internet. Because everything that he did was for the internet. That's why all their stuff was recorded. That's why they were running around sending stuff to academics after they did stuff. Because he wanted the clout that came from the street stuff. And so he thinks that every time somebody's doing that stuff, it's because of the clout. He also acts like he's a genius for figuring out that you either die or go to jail in the streets when everyone already knew that. Like, he always talks about, oh man, look at me, I'm free, I snitched and I'm free. King Von is dead and Lil Durk's probably about to go to jail for a long time. Look at these dudes, they're stupid. We already knew that, bro. We didn't have to join a gang. Everyone's been saying this for decades. You either die or go to jail if you're in the streets. Everyone's already been saying this. We didn't have to go and join a gang to realize that. Just because you were on the outside looking in and then you were on the inside and then stuff got serious and you tried to pull out and you pulled out by telling, that doesn't make you smarter than everyone. I mean, if anything, that makes you dumb. Because why were you there in the first place when you knew those weren't the things that you were willing to do? You weren't willing to die or go to jail about it. So why would you even be in there in the first place, bro? It's just dumb. That's like if I joined a gang right now and then stuff got serious and I was like, man, that gang lifestyle ain't no joke, bro. That's super negative. It's bad. It's only bad outcomes out of that. You should already know that.